Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to our broadcast here tonight. This is the July Best Coast Battle Grand Finals. Getting ready to go here with our second map. And, well, that is going to be Koth Arctic. I'm your host, eXtine, and joined by my good buddy and PBL producer, Gizmo. How you doing, Kyle?
I have had a lot of water to compensate for this heat.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
We also we had a urination break, so that's good. That's important. And it's important to drink your water, and it's also not important to not hold too much water. We don't
That
want
is
you
correct.
getting water drunk over there, Kyle.
No, don't want that. And right now, this is like a glass of gold for how little rain we've had this year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's get into the bands here and start talking about things, because we had a crazy situation last map just going down to the wire there at the end. And things starting off here, we got DK banning Sniper and the Burnsiders banning Demo. So that is what they banned, the Burnsiders at least, that is what they banned last map to start things off. So kind of interesting, especially with Jeff being a major factor on Pyro. Maybe they're going to see, how this map rolls out and whether that's something that will be an issue for them. It didn't, Man People's Curator on Demo towards the end there definitely seemed to start kind of bringing things around. And that's definitely one of the difficulties of Arena Respawn, is making those adjustments midstream, mid-match, adapting to what the other team is throwing at you, and coming up with a better solution than what you were trying. And I don't know if the Burnsiders have the strongest demo man on the roster tonight, and that might be why we're seeing that ban thrown out consistent from them. If we get to a third map, maybe we'll see it again from them there. But it does look like we're live. Let's run down the lineups with classes real quick. Sneak on Heavy again, and Unit number 1 on Soldier. GFN still on Medic. Jeff the Engineer. Monsta on Scout instead of Soldier. Fletcher over on Soldier. Rob the Scout. Cyro on Heavy Weapons Guy. Man People on Engineer, and Cygnus on Medic. Man People definitely found a lot of success on Engineer at the start of Discovery. We're having to switch off of it, or just switching off it in the second half. They banned it, I guess. That was why they switched off it. And kills being traded out. Blue trying to get an early capture here, getting aggressive on the point. And it looks like we actually have a pause again. I would say got good odds that is a monster drop once again.
I would say that's very good odds, considering he just came back online.
Yeah, and he's culprit number 1 when it comes to potato computers. And let's take a quick look, though, to see how this might break down, though. Burnsiders do have that scout. Looks like he's maybe getting pushed off the point, hopefully jumping onto the point. They should be able to get a capture here, which will get Fletcher and Respawn. I don't think, actually, that the cap timer is quite as far progressed as the HUD shows. But maybe that was just kind of part of it catching up or whatever. We'll have to see where it actually falls once we get going here again.
The Drift Kings have had a very fortunate scenario where Monsta has only been DCing once per half.
Right. No big deal.
As Legbutt is reminding us that it is only 1 pause per half. And if they have to pause again during the match, it is a penalty round.
Okay. One pause per half, 1 pause per map?
Per half.
Okay. Just curious about last map. Cyro in a lot of pressure here from, wow, Monsta. And Monsta hitting some Monsta shots all over him. Rob here, there's not, actually I would have to reload my HUD to see where the capture really is. But nonetheless, the Burnsiders in some trouble here as Rob's still battling. Does have his medic with it, but as the numbers coming in, it's just going to be too much here. And we should be seeing Monster reconnect here as Drift King's off to the 1-0 start here. So really haven't had much of a time to settle things in here. Convenient for them that dropping Monster didn't stop them from losing around here. Looks like we got Crit Acola and the Soda Popper out from Rob. And, well, got to bring all items out into play here. And there we go. Just guns down Jeff brutally. And Burnside is going to get an early capture as well. So, I mean, that is a circumstance where the suicide does kind of work. You're definitely going to have to play around it, throw that scout out there real early. They need to get some early pressure on this medic, though, because the quick fix is almost ready to come out here. Need to get the kill quickly. 96% do separate him from everybody else. 100% though gets the quick fix charge and throws it off. And yeah, it's not going to work out for the Burnsiders. 2-0 for the Drift Kings right now.
This is the Drift Kings' home map, and the one that they have had the most experience with, at least in Arena Respawn.
Yeah, I think that helps out, though, you know, just to propose some things on the flip side. With the last map, I mean, it was the Burnsiders map, and it took them a little bit to settle in and really find a rhythm. So we'll have to see if maybe that takes place here, where the Drift Kings are, you know, more comfortable on this map and in Arena Respawn and what they want to accomplish, and off to a better start. Fletcher takes a ton of damage. He did get the kill on Monsta, but now I'm going to try to soak up some heals from his medic. Burnsiders floating around the point, not really want to take the capture. Rob flips up to the other side. That will now enable him to get some pressure without trying to capture here. Blue is like, let's capture. They got the quick fix, which is a lot of trouble on this map. There goes the quick fix. Oh no, and they get Cygnus down as well with it. It's devastating. The Burnsiders going to have to charge in here early. Fletcher over the top here. One nice final rocket to get the kill on GFN. Pushing players back, getting a lot of damage on that heavy weapons guy who's got to fall back. Last rocket doing more damage, but not getting the kill. Fletcher raining down damage from above. And sneak down to 3 health. Fletcher doesn't know quite how low he is, but there we go. Finally taken down. It is Rob gets the kill there. And the Burnsiders look like they're going to be able to pull a round back. So 2-1 the score now here.
11 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, plenty of time still here in this second map here. Just really getting rolling. And let's see what the Burnsiders do with this engineer. We have mirror class loadouts at least. A lot of the custom HUDs, the inspect panel is broken, so it's been tough for me to follow everybody's items here today. Good Wrangler from Man People's Curator helps Cyro get the kill here. Big pressure up top from Fletcher. Just trying to find the kill on GFN. GFN, good dodges. Fletcher, I'm going to rotate around. Oh my god, a scout on the Burnsiders team. They do get Monsta. Continue to just slowly pressure forward, staying back with their medic, getting those heals in this quick fix once again. Rob's going to take a critical around the side. Comes charging back from the back. Oh my god, guns the medic down brutally. Gets a capture of his own, but right after the capture, 2 players down. Oh my god, Rob, a 3K with that brutal critical. He's going to have to watch out for the scout coming in from behind. He wraps around, big play, keeps his heavy up. Cyro, there goes down. Rob, still going huge. Oh my god, 4 frags. Can he get the 5th here? An ace for Rob.
Wow.
Killing everybody.
That is what moments of glory are made of right there.
Yeah, that was certainly one right there. And somebody in our chat saying, why is he using the soda popper? Well, you know, the critical soda popper combo, pretty devastating, and especially with that, I mean, he was just being able to get all over the place. Gives you a little bit more flexibility with those jumps, and he was able to get it done. 2-2 the score here is off the back of Rob. The Burnsiders able to tighten things back up here. The blue engineer jumped down. It's not always the best thing to do. Pressuring Fletcher, though, who didn't have a whole lot of health left. Rob still running around with this soda popper. Gets taken out by Monsta down low, who picks up that health back. It is 3v3. And, oh, no. Unit number 1, Tokyo, comes right behind the medic. And the Drift Kings just pincering the Burnsiders and putting some hurt on. This is a tough one. I'm not quite sure who you would ban out of this scenario in the next half, except for maybe Scout.
Yeah, Scout has definitely been the one that's been carrying the Burnsiders.
Yeah, well, and I was even talking from the Burnsiders' perspective here to try to maybe adjust things even more so in their favor next half. You don't want to take away your own player, your own team's best player, in order to kind of have a chance at controlling what's going on here. But Monsta has definitely been a big problem. We actually have the Beggar's Bazooka out from Jeff, which is a very troublesome weapon. And I say the counter to that really is the engineer in the short circuit, but since this is the first time this weapon is really being used in this matchup, I don't think he's going to be ready with that short circuit. Jeff does end up blasting himself down, and actually in the aftermath of that play, oh my god, the crit screak out up against the quick fix, and you know, sneaky Medigun switches up there from DK. as Burnsiders got a little used to them running quick fix, and now the Medigun scenario has switched hands, but it's a question of who can more effectively utilize that strategy. The Burnsiders now are going to have to push in aggressively with this and use what the Drift Kings were doing against them. Build up that charge. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the Drift Kings that last map, or that last round there, definitely added the delay for their combo to get that build on the Medigun.
Yeah. And it's just such a powerful charge, and especially when they can't block a capture, that you can, like, you know, build up your charge, maybe, you know, sack one player or lose a fight or something, and then just move in with the charge. And right now, call out kind of bad communication. Fletcher was just trying to push the point solo, and in the meantime, Cyro lost an unfortunate battle with a scout down low, but Fletcher was just looking at the point, and at the meantime, his medic was just trying desperately to survive, and you need to rotate and help your players out in order to keep these rounds going and stay in the game here. Man People's Curator on Pyro here. Burnsiders trying to find some different classes to mix it up and find some progress. I don't know if Engineer was really working with their game style here. Quick fix could certainly be good here. Man People's Curator reflects that milk at the last second, stopping its effects. Charge forward here, very, very early capture, just because they were trying to get pressure and presence. They're doing a good job, and actually, you know, might not be the worst idea to just grab it a really early capture. Pyro also going to help against the Beggar's Bazooka. Oh my god, Crater's down. If they can get the kills here, yes! Oh, the mini sentry is going to kill Fletcher, but they at least get the capture. Rob can't come out here. This mini sentry is going to kill him. He's got 5 health. Ouch. There he goes. He should have just hid, excuse me. Working on my tenses. Should have just hid and waited for an arrow to come out because he was just too low, exposed himself. The scout's coming for the flank. They call out the scout flank, though, and they should find a kill on Monsta here. He's burning. Actually might be able to escape. They're going to need like 2 more kills here, and that'll allow them to move up and move forward, but they also have to get out here. The quick fix goes down. The clock was too much pressure. It's DK now up 6-2. They've taken the last 4 rounds in a row. Just, you know, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent comeback.
Burnsiders again. Oh no, excuse me. They do still have Man Peoples on the Pyro, and I think that's going to help them quite a bit against this Beggar's Bazooka. He doesn't get the reflect on the milk in time, and they're like all milked up. Jeff kind of getting banged around as Fletcher takes high ground. Burnsiders, people on the point. Fletcher fell down off those boxes. They get the kill on the heavy weapons guy. The combination play, and it is just GFN. He is surfing around, but gets taken out. Under 5 minutes left on the half here, and 6-3 the score. So the Burnsiders, good job pulling one back there. We're going to need to pull a few more back.
At 1 a minute-ish, one every 120, we'll see either a big lead from DK or a very, very small gap of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of ways that it can go here. It should either stay tight. I mean, even if they just trade round for round, it'll be a 3-round lead, no big deal. Burnsiders go for an early sack, and it's kind of strat that maybe they should have sacked 1 more and then got the capture. They lose their medic here, and they're just, I mean, they're going to have to get the capture, but it is actually the Drift Kings taking care of business on the capture point, and the Burnsiders struggling to really kind of establish themselves and establish the momentum and the positioning to really have impacts on this map. So 7-3 Burnsiders in this first half need to pull a few more back. Drift Kings have been doing a fantastic job this month, just kind of adapting to all these challenges, all these struggles. They want to take that $125. Fletcher gets the kill. Oh my god, though. Crater's down. So I'm hearing that Widowmaker, my favorite gun. I think Rob might have ran out of ammo, though. He's going to need to pick some up from somewhere in order to keep firing that Widowmaker if he wants to. Burnsiders get that quick fix ready to go. And Rob actually getting a lot of free metal back from that sentry gun. Burnsiders need to be in, need to do something. And Cygnus pops that quick fix charge too late. Can't keep his heavy weapons guy alive. And Burnsiders having some issues. And, you know, I'll point out another thing. I mean, also this is, you know, to help my boys, the Burnsiders, continue to grow and evolve as a team, and maybe something that they need to keep their eyes on for next half, you know. It's like with the quick fix, they're trying to imitate the Drift Kings. I don't think they really have a full game plan, a full strategy kind of wrapped around the quick fix and being able to, you know, implement it successfully. And when the Drift Kings were using it, they pushed with it aggressively. They really had a great strategy with it and found success with it. But now that there's Kritzkrieg on the Drift Kings, it's kind of like this, like, oh, well, they're using what we use, so why don't we just use what they use to beat us? But it's more than just the items, you know. It's about execution. And Monster, oh my God, might get this capture, doesn't need to. The Burnsiders melt away there. I felt like that was their round.
Whew.
I think
turned quickly.
Yeah, and I think mentally you can't really let them take more than a 5-round lead in the second half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, going in, it's a lot harder to overcome that. Yeah. Even with 15-minute halves, this is still not the obstacle that they wanted in a way.
As well as just, you know, it's kind of like the stopwatch mentality, you know, or, you know, Counter-Strike, you know, terrorists versus counter-terrorists. You know, it's like if you know that they had a monster score and you're going to have an equally monster score to come to deal with it, as well as the fact that last map, the Burnsiders had a 5-round lead going into the second half and then unfortunately dropped the map. So this time around, I mean, if they have such a big deficit, an even bigger deficit, they might not feel very comfortable about their capabilities of overcoming that. So they need to take this round for sure. So they're off to a good lead on it. If they take the next round, then we're talking about a 4-round deficit, which is a lot more manageable.
Looks like we will see just one more based off of the round averages at this point.
Yeah, most likely. We are at under a minute per round. But anything can happen. I mean, if they charge out here real quickly, try to get an early kill, early action.
I do think the Burnsiders have definitely been struggling with picking their players and their classes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's definitely part of Arena Respawn. Is really just finding the right people, the right chemistry amongst your team, and sticking with it. You know, and when you're losing rounds, it's hard to have a lot of faith in the roster that you're throwing out there. But you know, there's just so much going on in terms of strategy and other things that sometimes you should have some solid faith in who you're playing and what they're bringing to the table. So Monster Crash is out there, but there's actually no ban available, and or sorry, no pause. It looks like it might not matter too much. They do have to watch out for Jeff. He is isolated away from GFN. Oh my God, skips over, taken out, and the clock is done. So the Burnsiders are going to pull one more round back here. That's pretty important. I think there's a large difference between a 4-round disadvantage and a 6-round disadvantage. So our first half here on our second map is going to end up with a score of 9-5 for Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that was very critical for the Burnsiders. With Monster's connection issues, this has been something that's plagued them and might come back to haunt them in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, just you know, one more round. I mean, last last map was super extremely close, and the first half there was 10-5. So maybe 9-5. That one difference, that one round might be enough. Might be a big enough difference, but we will have to see, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to take just a super short break here. Won't be more than a few minutes, less than 5 minutes, but just to get a bit of a break here for us and to start these bands rolling. So we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with the second half of our grand finals here. Drift Kings in the driver's seat with a 1-map victory and a 4-round lead here as we head into the second half and a fresh set of bands. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.